Good morning.
Good
Sue, is
morning.
that how you say your name? Where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? Um, so we are kicking off week 2 of our Meet Our Clinical Concierge team for Women Crush Wednesday with Motives Cosmetics. And my name is Lisa Martin, and I have a guest with me today, Jacqueline Menconi.
Yeah.
From Jack's Makeup. And I'm sure you guys have seen her before, but if this is your first time joining us, I'm just going to have Jax introduce herself a little bit, and then we're going to talk to you about one of our new launches. We have 15 new products launching this fall, and we're just sort of dripping out 1 or 2 products per week to get you guys some great information, both on our Clinical Concierge Wednesday and then meet us at our virtual booth Mondays. So, Jacqueline, why don't you just sort of introduce yourself, give people a little bit of your background so that they understand, you know, what your draw is to custom, not custom blend, motives, foundation sticks. But really, yeah, just introducing yourself, and then we can talk about
Sure. So hi everybody. I'm Jax and I am in Northern New Jersey. I am a professional makeup artist specializing in television and commercial and now virtual services as well. I have been affiliated and aligned with this company since 2012. And then actually started training with them in 2017. So it's been a really fun, wild ride. And around that time too, probably around 2017, I was asked to help out with some of the uh, products in a test market capacity. So knowing that I have a background in makeup artistry and I get to touch all different types of faces, all different types of skin tones and skin types, they thought I would be a decent addition, I guess, to the test market team. And with that said, I am so psyched to talk about the products that we're going to talk about today, right, Lisa? Because I've been waiting for these to
it's
come
been a
out.
long time coming for sure.
I think it's been like 3 years that they've been in development.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And,
Yeah.
you know, I have to say that's one thing I love about our brand. Jax and I are both beauty advisors with Motives. We are both educators and certified trainers. We have very different backgrounds. Mine is more in the marketing and advertising world. And I love living in that space, but I'm not a professional artist, and I know my role and I leverage other people.
I know
We
my
all
role.
should. Yeah, know your role. So, but you know, I really appreciate our company understanding that the power of the brand is the people behind the brand, and we're both a great example of that. And when it comes to test marketing product, really, you know, we don't advertise anything. Everything we do is word of mouth. Everything's exclusive. We have professional quality products, but you can only have access to them through a beauty advisor. So I just love that, you know, I love our business model. I think it makes a lot of sense for people to have an emotional connection with their clients, and that's how they're purchasing beauty. And now I think the rest of the world is catching on. Like, this is how we're going to do beauty purchases moving forward, is,
Yeah.
you know, virtual space, probably forever at this point. Not that you can't do it in person as well. But certainly virtual is really convenient for everybody, and you can service clients anywhere. And I know with what you do for your career, you travel all over. So you're meeting people, you know,
Yeah.
on set with what you do as an artist, but you can stay in touch with them and service them for years to come, which is really super cool.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. Mhm.
I think what's really cool about I guess I like that word this morning. We're super cool. Good morning, Mike. Shondel's like,
That's how you know that you grew up like in the 90s, like during
yes,
the 90s when you use
yes,
words like super cool.
super cool. Totally radical, dude. Um, But what I do love and appreciate is that we do have control. Like it's the people's voice, the people's choice with motives. And so really whatever the field is demanding is what our product team at the corporate company, we have sourcers that have relationships with different vendors. We're always making new relationships with new vendors because we're a broker. So we're really picking and choosing. We're not a manufacturer. We're not making everything and then pushing it to the public. We are like custom curating a collection, and we have a lot of buying power that we can bring to these vendors and say, this is what we're looking for. These are the ingredients. This is the shade range. This is the packaging. We need it at this price point to service our clients,
Right.
you know, and they'll accommodate us because of our buying power that they have access to. So think about it, right? Like Jacqueline and I were able to test some different formulas for products. We all collectively as a team decided about the formula we wanted and the vendor we wanted to use for this new foundation stick that we're launching. So as soon as this goes live, we're giving access to millions of customers. This vendor is going to have millions of customers purchasing literally overnight because of the relationship that we have. And really, that's our goal with you all for having these Wednesday sessions on meeting the clinical concierge. It's really like, you know, meeting the people behind the brand, but also understanding the process, bringing the product into fruition to all of you as customers or all of you as business partners. And it's no joke that this foundation stick has been in the works for years. It takes time, you know, it takes time to get the formula right, to get the shade range right. Then there's a lot of legalities in play. We are an international company, so we have to get all the formulas approved. And if certain formulas don't work in like market Taiwan, which is a big market for us, then we have to go back to the drawing board, tweak it, test it again. And so I just share that because I find the process fascinating, and I think it gives people a whole new level of appreciation for what we're doing. We may not always be the first to market with a product, but we will always have best of the best, no matter what, creme de la creme, because we're going to take the time to do it right. And again, I think for longevity in a company and a partnership, that's something that we can all really get behind and appreciate. So having said all of that, we're going to talk a little bit about maybe just share, Jax, like when we were testing it, right? And the final formula you got your hands on, what did you like about it from an application standpoint, from, you know, whatever you want to share?
Okay. First, to back it up a little bit, so the company sent me a huge bag filled with what seemed like 100, 150, I don't even know. It just looked like so many samples of a bunch of different formulas. We had a couple different cream formulas. We had a few different liquid formulas. They were all completely different formulas. And the shade ranges just kind of ran the gamut, right? I was testing out all of these formulas on myself, on my clients, on set, on test shoots, all of that kind of stuff. And then when I got to this particular formula that we ended up approving and going with, I swear, I feel like I had such a aha, the light from above shone down on me kind of moment because it was so buttery, velvety, like all of these luscious texture adjectives that you can use. 100% this formula has, and it made me really, really excited. And also the shade range that was available was really beautiful. It not only was the shade range a beautiful range, but the undertones of those shades were right. And if you are tuning in and you know anything about color theory and the undertones of lighter skin tones, medium skin tones, medium deep, deep, very deep, all of these different skin tones, you can have a shade that is similar to somebody's skin, but then the undertone is completely off. And this particular formula was really a nail on the head for me. So that's why, and also the actual feeling of it and the way it melted into the skin and just blended so beautifully, no matter who it was on. It was just a winner chicken dinner for me.
I remember you saying like, there's just no contest, forget all these other.
Yes, do you remember that? What I said? I remember emailing everybody, the whole like test market team, and whoever we were submitting it to at the time, I forgot, at corporate. I was like yelling. I felt like I was screaming from the hilltops, like, this is it. This is the formula. Just throw away all the other ones that we were sent. This is the winner.
Yeah.
So good.
And I think, you know, I think I emotionally connect to things with stories. So to piggyback on what you're saying, as far as that process went, really how we went to looking for these was we had a product, which was a foundation quad, which we all really loved it. We loved the formula. It sold really well. But here's the thing about our company. We are like unapologetic and relentless about quality control. And the vendor that we were using for these foundation quads, even though it was a top seller for us, we test every batch, every shipment. There's quality control at the vendor, multiple checkpoints, but then we have additional quality control checkpoints at our facility in Greensboro, North Carolina. And we were testing some of the shipments that were coming in, and we noticed that it was different, like there wasn't consistency in the formula. And you know, they basically were not accepting it. They're like, we can't, this is different, this is not what our customers are used to, this is not what our beauty advisors are expecting. And we went back and we asked them to fix the formula, because this happens a lot in beauty products, whether it's makeup, skin, hair, right? Vendors, manufacturers, just eventually they start to tweak things to make it more affordable. They might use, you know, different types of ingredients, generic brands. I don't know what they do. I don't work for them. But the point is, from a quality control standpoint, that even though that was a great selling product, we had to part ways with that vendor because they weren't giving us what we originally, you know, partnered with them for. And I think for us, working behind the line and also as consumers of the brand, that's a really big point that I think we should all really appreciate, is that they have our back. And that's how, you know, you've been partnered a long time. I've been partnered since 2002. It's like we have customers for decades because we are this particular and we are this, you know, stringent and prideful of what we're doing. Because if we let that quality slip, you lose customers over time, you know, because they feel like they're being taken advantage of. So that's how this whole process started in the first place. And so we found a better formula, and then just going through market trends, we were like, you know what, instead of doing like that quad with the 4 shades, we really wanted the sticks. But we wanted, I think what people appreciated and liked about the quad was taking the guesswork out of the shade range, right? And you could do like some subtle contouring with your foundation. Not everybody wants a dramatic contour with a cream palette or whatever. So we are going to be offering these. They're not live yet. You're getting like a sneak peek or an introduction to them. They will be available for pre-order as of now, pre-order on the 14th. And you'll be able to pre-order them on any of our consumer-facing sites, as well as our back office if you are partnered with our brand. And you can purchase them in 2 ways: as a single stick, and there's 19 shades, and we're going to get into all that in a minute. The other way that you can purchase them is you can get a discount. I think it's about 30% discount if you purchase the bundle of 4. And our team has gone ahead and we've paired those shades together. So we, as a team, we decided on the formula. We decided we wanted it in a stick. And then we sat there and we swatched them all. And then we decided, okay, we have 19 shades in our range, which is great. It's comprehensive. And then we broke that down into bundles of 4, if you will. So I know some of you, yeah, you're patiently waiting. Some of you are, I'm trying to keep up with chats all over the place here. So with the stick foundation, maybe I'll just read you the shades, right? Because I don't know, that's me from my marketing standpoint. I'm like, ooh, what are the colors? So we have ivory silk, buttercream, ivory rose. So obviously the rose is gonna have more of a pink undertone. So like Jax is saying, all these have different undertones. Honey, warm peach, so that's gonna have more of that peach undertone. French vanilla, warm sand, brulee, buff, latte, toffee, sable, chai, golden, truffle, sounds like candies, chocolate, chestnut, and espresso. One of each, please. And so the official name of these are Flawless Face Stick Foundations. They're creamy and weightless. They glide across your skin effortlessly, leaving behind your skin, but a flawless finish. So isn't that the goal really with foundation is, we all want something that makes us look a better version of ourselves, but we don't want to look made up.
Yes. And if I may, I know there will always be people that are like, well, I use custom blend and I actually do custom blend and what's the difference? Well, it's a completely different formula.
Yeah.
And you can use them alone or you can use them together. Honestly, because what's great about these foundation sticks is that they also double as concealers. So the formula is so amazing that you can just blend it out and it's just a beautiful foundation, just buttery smooth, velvety soft, and very natural looking. But also if you just concentrate it in a particular area, 100% this doubles as a concealer. So you can utilize this foundation, this formula with your custom blend, or quite frankly, with any other formula makeup that you're using, and you can wardrobe your complexion products if that's something that you do or are interested in. That's something that I do all the time. And that's something I do in the field, like as a makeup artist, that's something that I do on myself. And it's just about, playing around with different formulas. And I just cannot wait for everybody to feel this formula.
And I know you love custom blending. I love custom blending, but there's, options are great. And especially for a professional makeup artist, you all want ready to wear products in your kit. You don't always have time to custom blend.
Right.
So, I think, and because of the range, you can mix and match with other products or in themselves to get what you're looking for.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you that I did that with these samples on a test shoot. That was the shoot that I basically completely fell in love with this formula. It's the image that you love, Lisa, of the
oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. So I just just like makeup artists always do, we always take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mix it together, then put it on somebody's face. It's exactly what I did with these foundation sticks. And they blended beautifully. They just mixed beautifully. I didn't need a mixing medium or anything like that. They're just perfect. I love them.
Love that. Yeah. So I'm just looking for the price for you guys too. So these are suggested retail $45.95 for a stick. A little bit goes a long way. They will last a long time.
Yes.
And I'm looking for the price for the bundles. But the other thing I want to tell you about is if you are a beauty advisor, we do have currently on your back office, because this has been in the works so long, but the vendor that we were using, I think I've said this on one of our other broadcasts, but we use primarily all manufacturers in the United States. There are sometimes we'll get like a seasonal or limited edition item that might come from somewhere else. But anyway, having said that, due to, everything that's been going on, a lot of cosmetic companies that do their manufacturing overseas, they had to like reevaluate and switch gears. Well, they all had to start going to the vendors that we were already using. And so it pushed a lot of our timelines back from a production standpoint. So I know we've all been anxiously awaiting, and we officially launched it at our World Conference in February, which even that was like a long time coming, but it took us a long time to get the packaging and the formula approved, like we talked about. And then since then, our date just sort of kept getting pushed back. So anything can change, but as of now, they are supposed to be available by the end of this month. with pre-order about 2 weeks early. So like I said, next week you should be able to pre-order.
Yeah.
I would not hesitate on that because, again, all these vendors are very overwhelmed from a production standpoint. We're getting our first run. I don't know how long it's going to take to get a second run. But also, this is a great time of year where people want a little fuller coverage too, which these are buildable coverage, but I would say they're more like medium to full, depending on your point of reference. But like I know for myself, I usually in the summer, I'm using more of like a tinted moisturizer and a light translucent powder. And then most of us, if we're in an area where you have seasons, once you transfer into fall and winter, it's like your skin doesn't have as much color from the sun. You're not outside. Like the forced heat inside is like drying out your skin and it looks more dull. And we all struggle with that. So this formula, like you were saying earlier, it's so like buttery and luxurious. It just makes your skin look so healthy, but it gives you a proper amount of coverage. So I think the timing is great on the launch of these. And there's a couple tools that if you are a beauty advisor, you have access to on your back office. Some of them are already in there because, again, we launched these in Miami in February. But I just want to tell you what they are. And you can simply log on your back office, type in the search bar, foundation stick, and then there's 2 tabs that show up: product tab, which has nothing yet, and then the resources tab. And if you click on resources, you'll see we have it's a PDF that you can print out and laminate, and it's meant to, when you print it out, you want to cut out the insert, but it's like a card about this big. If you were at World Conference, you got to use it, but the goal is that you lay it on top of somebody's skin and you see the shades of the foundation, and then their skin is through the cutout. So it's not perfect because, I mean, you could put it against their face too if you wanted, but it's at least an idea, right? So you can print that out and laminate that and get that ready so that when the product goes live, you've got your marketing materials. We also have a face chart, which shows you sort of how to apply. If you want to do a subtle contouring, there's a visual of how to do that. And then it does have our bundles, which the 5 bundles that we're featuring are fair to light, light to medium, medium to tan, tan to dark, and then dark to deep. So, we have that as a resource, if you will. The other thing that I want to mention is we are working on a cool interactive quiz for our Motives website. So your customers will be able to go on there, and then the goal of the quiz is to help point them in the right direction as far as which foundation shade is best for them. So all that to say is, we've been working hard from an internal standpoint to get everything ready so that when this product goes live, you certainly have all the tools that you'll ever need. So what else am I missing, Jax? I'm looking at our white papers here to see any more talking points, but I think we need most of our objectives.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Is my audio off? Can you hear an echo or anything or no?
Nope. You're good.
For a second, it was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Where'd you guys go on Facebook? I think I X'd out of Facebook, so I don't know what everybody's saying over there. Sorry about that. I have so many windows going at one time.
Let me check Facebook for you.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I think I see it now. Okay. But yes, so stay tuned. There's going to be photos launching. We're going to do a little drip campaign. If you do work with the product line, I want to encourage you to reach out to your customers, let them know a new product is coming. You can do pre-orders on your own end. It doesn't necessarily have to be through your website. You don't have to wait to the 14th if you don't want. You do have those marketing resources already available on your back office. And I will post anything additional that I have as in our official Pro Partner Facebook group as well. But trust me, these will be worth the wait 100%. If you are a beauty advisor, I mean, you have custom blend with you. I do a lot of custom blending, but I think we need both, right? Like you want a custom blend for your clients that really want that perfect, not only color, but coverage and finish and all of those things. But if you are a working artist, or you just, it's a different texture. With custom blend, you can make kind of a whipped cream and put it in the jar, but it's just not the same. The stick texture is just different.
Yeah, it's definitely different and just equally as beautiful on the skin.
Yeah. And I think it just depends on your mood. Like I have probably 5 different foundations in my own personal collection, because it's like, what am I doing today? How much help do I need with my face today? You know, so we like options for sure.
Mhm.
So you will not be disappointed. Like I said, you can purchase them in bundles. I'll put all the pricing and breakdown in our official Pro Partner page so that you all can service your customers, because that's the foundation of what we do. But if you want to follow us, so this is more of like the behind the scenes, bringing the product into fruition. We are going to be doing an additional segment this coming Monday, which would be the 14th, which is when they're supposed to go on pre-order. Things can change. Don't shoot the messenger as of now. That's what I'm told. And I'm giving you a little insight because technically we're only supposed to say that Friday on the first day of our convention. Monday, they should be available for pre-order. And then Monday evening, we're going to have another, meet us at the virtual booth, because we're not able to do our convention in person. We wanted to bring the convention to you. And so Monday, our goal is to be able, even if we just have to use the sample sticks that we have and we don't have our final formula in hand as a tester, but we're going to do our best. Either way, we're going to show the product working. We're going to show it to you. We're going to apply it on Monday. We're going to talk more about creative ways to implement it into your kit and offer it to your clients. But we wanted to sort of give you a sneaky peek in the meantime. So,
And if I may, just speak to how you mentioned that a little bit goes a long way with these sticks. If that is not the truth. So when we got our samples, I would say they were around this size, right? The samples were around this size. They weren't these, but they were around this size. And they had just a little baby, like smidgen of a piece of a cream stick in it. Once I found my personal shade, that was mine. That was never in my kit again, because
you don't love your clients that much.
sorry. That was mine. And I had that little baby, nothing of a sample for months.
Yeah.
We got it at the beginning of a summer 8 million years ago. Who knows when it was? And then I had that through the fall. That little sample, I had it through the fall. So just about around winter time, I think, was when I started really running out. And then it was like pressed, like the little extra was pressed into like the seam of the sample jar, and I'm like trying to get it out with a Q-tip or like a little spatty patty or whatever. I was just trying to do anything I could to get the last bit out.
Good to the last drop. We'll still Folgers or whatever coffee that is.
Exactly.
And I hope you guys join us at convention. We are going to be doing another deep dive into new product launches this Friday night. So y'all should join us. We're going to have fun at our breakouts. Our conference is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is when a lot of our beauty brands are having some presence on stage. And then in the breakout is when we'll have time to really go through things. So 9 p.m. Friday, we would love to see you. And we're going to have Kim Ashley, who is the director of our Motives Cosmetics, who works at our corporate office and works with bringing these products into fruition. I invited her to speak to you all about the product. So you're going to hear firsthand from the woman who was working with the vendor to make this happen. She'll talk about all our new products. At 8 p.m. Our skincare products, we're going to launch our breakout for that at 9 p.m. And then from there, the next time that we'll be able to see you is Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're joining us on Facebook, which a lot of you are right now, then you can go ahead and click on the events section in our Facebook group, the Motives by Lauren Writing, our Facebook page, I should say. And you can find all the details there. And I recommend pre-registering for our Zoom session because it's a series. So that way, if you register for the Zoom series, you're going to get reminders from Zoom every week, and you can even add it to your calendar, and then your calendar can remind you too. And of course, you can always catch the replay as well, but it's fun to be live. We like to hear from you guys and answer your questions and things like that. So having said all that, thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. We hope you're all doing well and making it through the middle of the week here. You're about halfway through and it's almost the weekend, right? So take care, stay tuned, get your foundation sticks. You will not be disappointed. And when you break down the cost per use, it's like super duper affordable because it really, I don't even know how long that stick's gonna last you. It's probably not great for us that sell it, but I would venture to say probably a good 5 to 6 months, especially because most people
I would say more than that
every day, you know.
I would probably say even more than that, depending on your use. Honestly, it's just amazing. I can't wait.
Blend when you're applying, right? So thank you so much, Jacqueline, for joining me and bringing your expertise to the table.
My pleasure.
Look forward to Monday.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.